So there's several things we're going to need for this project, starting with the hats. We're going to need 2 hats like this. These are very thin bamboo hats. Bamboo is antimicrobial and it's nice and lightweight and easy to wash. Then we're going to need some strips of cardboard. We have a PDF printout of this, but you could just cut up cardboard and write on it. This is labelling to let you know where you've taken the hair from. So right, left, front, back. We're going to need some clips like this to attach the hair once you cut it to the labels. And then we're going to need some hair grips. It doesn't have to be this type. It can be a crocodile clip. It's just anything to get your hair out of the way while you're cutting. We're going to need several of these bands. They're a bit like loom bands. They're the type of band that you use if you're doing your hair in lots of little plaits. And of course, we're going to need a hairbrush. We're going to need scissors. And once we move away from the cutting side of things, we're going to go into gluing. There's gloves. If you want disposable gloves to keep your hands clean, they're optional. Then we're going to need parchment paper to protect the surface that we're working on. A really important part of the process is this banding. It's actually organza ribbon. And if you look closely, you can see through it. And that means that the glue is going to seep through it. And it's going to stick the hair nice and strong. You're going to need glue spatulas. And then glue. This is the glue we'd recommend. This is the glue that we use for the original hat. However, it's quite hard to get hold of in the UK and in some other countries as well. If you can't get hold of it, you can use a silicone-based glue. But if you use a silicone-based glue, you're going to have this double-sided sticky tape taping to go with it. It's a little harder to work with and it's a little sweatier, but it's a good alternative. When the gluing's done, we'll move on to sewing. If you can't use a sewing machine, then you're going to need some hand sewing needles. If you can use a sewing machine and you feel confident with one, then you're going to need pins and thread and a machine. And I do recommend purchasing a head mannequin of some kind. This is not only because certain parts of the process will be easier, but also it gives you somewhere to put your hat, somewhere where it lives when it's not on your head, somewhere where you can dry it and brush it and leave it when you're storing it and not wearing it. So these are the main things we're going to need for this project. And now I'll talk you through the whole entire process bit by bit and show you what we did. And I'll recap what we're going to need for each section as it comes up.